Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome aboard Big Deck Energy, our below deck recap on Rob Has a Podcast. I am Rob Cesternino, your captain here, along with our co-captain here for a below deck coverage on RHAP. It's Sasha Joseph. Sasha, how are you?
So good. Listen, we've made it to episode 3, but the king
Yeah,
is back, and that's all that matters.
the
Okay, I
king
can't
is
wait.
back.
We've made it. Whew, we
Mm-hmm.
made it. We made it to
Yes.
Gary.
Yes. No. Yeah, Sasha is not talking about anybody on the podcast. Talking about Gary coming back. Not my king.
Tell me
I don't know
more.
about you.
Oh,
He's fine, but not my king.
yeah, it's because his last name is King. That is
Yeah.
all the
Oh, I
joke.
didn't know that. I didn't get it. That
Yeah,
was that double entendre was lost on me. Yeah.
that's the only reason. He is no one's king. He's
Mm-hmm.
just our hookup central mess. That's all. He's
Mm-hmm.
a mess magnet.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're here live here on Wednesday night as we are talking about episode 3 of Below Deck: Sailing Yacht. And I am very much enjoying the show. Thank you for turning me on to it. It is definitely, a vibe show more than a plot show.
Yes, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just glad you're watching. Yeah, I think it's a really fun watch, but sometimes you're just like, how do I podcast about this?
We'll talk it through. I mean, I don't think
Yes.
there's anything that's too earth-shattering to happen this
No.
week, but we'll tell you about what's going on, especially if you're not watching the show. And plenty to dig into if you did. But of course, you can subscribe to our podcast coverage here. It's in our reality TV RHAP feed, and then also in our newly minted All Bravo feed. robisawebsite.com/Bravo feed. We appreciate subscribing there, leaving us your feedback and your star ratings. Of course, you don't have to tip us like you're on the below deck sailing yacht, but we do appreciate when you subscribe. Sasha, what's going on with you?
Nothing, just work has been wild. And just like the stews, sometimes I think I'm very much like, I don't want to do this work when it's very much what I'm being paid for. But, one day, Rob, I will be, a millionaire and never have to work again. One day.
Well, will you still podcast?
I if you will have me, I will always be podcasting.
Yes, because if you love what you do, it's not work.
Correct. Listen, podcasting is so fun. That doesn't count. I mean,
so I only work when I'm podcasting about certain shows, but this is not one of them. This is not work.
I'm so glad to hear.
Yeah. All right. Below deck sailing yacht. We had another crew come on board and another outing here for the ship. And shout out to Chappelle, who's here with us live.
Yeah. Listen, you better be watching. That's all I have to say.
Yeah. Sasha, what was the biggest headline for you here as we saw our second mission here for our below deck crew?
So Gary's back. That's the biggest. But not only is the fact that Gary's back, I think his dynamics with everyone else, because he showed up, right? And he's like, oh, I'm here. Look at me, everyone. And then we know that Daisy has already hooked up with someone else. And him and Daisy are like the biggest will they, won't they of life. So I think that is going to have some fallout as well. And another big thing is Parsifal is not Parsifal no more. We can call her Parsival now because she's moving.
Parsifal 3 is out on the open water. It looked like I thought we were going to get that fire that we saw in the super teaser, but ultimately, we got everything up to snuff, and actually we're able to take this second crew out for an actual trip out on the ocean here for in episode number 3. So that's good. That's good if the boat can actually sail.
Listen, and it looks like first they kept saying it was 5 knots only, and then we moved up to 12.
13.3 knots.
So all I'm saying is you can say that it was fake news or not, but it's giving setup.
Yeah. Okay. This was the headline of this episode for me, though, Sasha. Okay, so we had our second cruise come through, and so we got the report of who they were. They were powerful professionals, and there was like we went through the book, and also on the manifest of who was there, it was freaking Justin Guarini.
So I have no idea who this is.
You
Can
know
I
who Justin Guarini is?
know? So we did have a listener that was like, "Are you old enough to know who that is?" And I was like, "No, I just don't think I was in the American Idol like that."
Yeah, well, I mean, it was the first season of American Idol, Justin Guarini versus Kelly Clarkson. And Kelly Clarkson is still around. She's still she's got a talk show. I don't know if she's friends with Justin Guarini.
Listen, Kelly Clarkson has a lot going on. She's going through a divorce.
She doesn't remember the little people.
Absolutely not. No, but
Yeah.
I think she gives off down to earth vibes. So maybe
That's her vibe. Yeah, yes, she gives off down to earth vibes, but not down to earth enough to hang out with Justin Guarini.
Imagine if Kelly Clarkson was the charter guest. Now that is what I would see.
That would be a fun episode. Yeah. So no Kelly Clarkson, but Justin Guarini. I don't know who these people are, but somehow they're friends with Justin Guarini. And I gotta say, he was kind of a Karen on this boat.
Oh my god. And I think
more like from Justin to Karen, if you know what I mean. That's been the
God.
transition for these last 20 years.
Maybe that's
From
why they're not
Justin to
friends.
Karen. Yeah.
That's probably why they're not friends. It's okay.
He's a little high maintenance, Justin Guarini.
Yeah. Did you catch the like, can you hang up all 8 of my
Not
shirts?
hang up, iron, Sasha. Justin Guarini needs 8 shirts ironed on the yacht.
For a 2.5 day charter.
For what? 8 shirts? 8 shirts.
And here's the thing, as men, your privilege is you don't have to wear a shirt half the time. So what's the point?
And forget a shirt, but it was like we're like I don't have one shirt that I've ironed.
Wait, are you joking?
No, I've never. Well, I listen. Like, if I need, first of all, don't get it twisted. If I had a shirt that needed to be ironed, I would be ironing it. I would not be. There is no one else in my house who would be ironing a shirt for me. If you catch my drift, I actually, but I don't even own an ironing board. I do have like a steamer.
Oh, okay,
thing,
valid. Yeah.
if I even need it, but for podcasting purposes, like you can't see if my shirt is wrinkled.
No, 1000%.
You know, after this, I'm gonna take this shirt and I'm gonna throw it on the floor in a pile over here, and that's it. But Justin Guarini needs 8. He brought 8 unironed shirts with him to wear on a 2-day yacht.
But if you paid 40,000, would you ask someone to do it?
But he didn't pay. He's not paying.
Well, I think they all split it.
He's a
allegedly.
+1.
Yeah, I mean, allegedly they split it, right? I get maybe the primary pays for most of it.
I don't know. It sounded like that this woman has a company and Justin Guarini is like a guest of the company. I don't think that this was like that they were all going in equal on this sailing yacht.
It's usually the guest of guests, that are always horrible, Rob. Like that is
Yes.
1000% correct. Again, last season we had someone, and I already forgot her name, but she wanted gold on everything, like on her food.
Yes.
And that was like part of what that was her desire. So, and again, not the primary, just someone that sleeps in a twin bed. So please. Okay. So I believe that these people really want to live their like most opulent life because it's never going to happen for them again.
So if you didn't see the episode, Justin Guarini was there, and we just clocked it because in the binder that his name was Justin Guarini, and there he was, but no mention of Justin Guarini, of American Idol fame. But it does seem as though, considering then the behavior of these folks on the boat, that their request was, we would like the cast of Below Deck: Sailing Yacht to eat with us. They don't address it on the show, but it seems like that these folks are kind of like reality TV collectors.
Oh, I like that. Because this is the first time this has ever happened. And on Watch What Happens Live, when Gary and Captain Glenn were on with Andy, they said that they had no idea who he was. And Andy was like, well, how would you not know? This is a big deal. And Gary was like, I'm South African. I truly don't understand any of these people. And
Mm-hmm.
Captain Glenn was like, I've been on a boat most of my life. I have no idea. Basically, Andy was making much bigger deal than the crew. So that's number one. And then secondly, they were like, I mean, it was nice that we got to go on dinner and they got to drink, Rob. I don't know if you
Yeah,
saw. That's a big
I
deal.
didn't see that.
Yeah, they were
But
all having wine.
no, I mean the first season of American Idol was freaking huge. It was 2002, and I remember it well. It was the summer before I played Survivor, and everybody was talking about it was like Justin or Kelly. Um, and then I think it was even exceeded the next summer by the Ruben versus Clay
Oh, okay.
big
So I do
debate,
know them. So maybe I just missed year one.
which was 2003. It was really because I think that like American Idol the first season, kind of like Survivor a couple of years before, it was like a slow build up. Like not
Got it.
everybody was like, it wasn't like episode 1 of American Idol and everybody was in on the ground floor. And then when season 2 came back, everybody was in from like the first episodes, and they used to be so huge with like the William Hungs and like all of like the
Oh,
bad
yes.
auditions and everything. So it used to be like a whole thing, like, oh, American Idol is starting, and it would be like nuts from the start. But I did meet Justin Guarini one time, probably around like 2005. I did I think we interviewed him at some point in my very early like pre Rob Has a Podcast interviewing days. Seemed like a
Wow.
nice enough guy. Also, when I first moved to LA, I used to run into the late great Nikki McKibben, who I think was third place on that first American Idol. That's a much sadder story.
Oh,
But
no.
yeah, Justin Guarini. I mean, I'm happy he's still around, but a little bummed out that he was such a diva on the boat.
No, but we need it, Rob, because I do think that production hypes this up. I think production probably is like, you should ask them to do X, Y, and Z, knowing full well they're gonna make you look like a mega diva on it. And so I think we should give him a little because no one else was being a diva at all. It was just him. So it
Yeah,
could
just
be
just Justin Guarini.
true. He's like, "Listen, I'm a big deal. I was in India until 2005, so I have no idea who that was. But listen, if there was an Indian Idol, I probably would know them, so I understand.
Mm-hmm.
But you on a boat, no one knows you, so
Do you know
I
they made a
don't.
movie from Justin to Kelly?
So only in my research, I knew it, like
Yes.
not actual like pop culture knowledge of mine.
Yeah, that they made a movie. I think so, it's like a cult classic, but I think it was considered not to be such a great movie at the time. But they were such a big American Idol was so hot they made an American Idol movie.
I can't. I mean, listen, and it does have so many other like spawns. So I understand it. I just find it very funny that there are so many people that are very much like, just, oh my God, like this is a big deal. And the other people who literally don't give an F. And we all
Hmm.
come together on below deck to see this mess.
Yes. Okay. I'll bring up a picture of Justin Guarini for people who might be watching the video
Yes,
and
please.
don't know who this is. But I mean, his signature look was that he had like giant hair. Like his hair is what he was known for back
Got
in
it.
the day. But he had a much more like conservative haircut at this point in time.
Yeah, I think he's grown up. He said, I'm a
I was
sophisticated
20
king.
years later. Yeah. He looks
He's
great.
No, I think he looks good. It's just I think he had a diva moment because he's a big deal compared to everyone else. I just find it funny that he's sharing a twin suite with someone.
Yeah, this was him circa 2002.
He looks like
Uh
Carrot Top.
yeah, I mean that's what he was really
Got
known
it.
for was his hair. And then as seen on Below Deck, this is like a little bit more of the more recent look for Justin Guarini.
Wow.
Mhm.
one ends up as a oh, look at the below deck picture on the third row. That's
This
funny.
one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Here he is. Below deck sailing yacht fans spot American Idol's Justin Guarini in new episode. That's from Dexerto.com. Has the exclusive.
Do you think we're gonna get him being like a mega diva next episode?
I
I
think that it
pray.
would have been in the preview. I think Bravo knows what
Oh,
hits with the Bravo
you're right.
audience, and I think that that would have been very much like next time on Below Deck, like Guarini is going. I don't know. I wish I could tell you like
From
at a
American
pun.
Idol to American Diva. We can't
Yeah,
wait.
yeah. From American Idol to American Psycho,
Oh no.
Justin Guarini. Yeah.
No. I think the production or his own people might have been like, "You're a guest. Please act like one. You are not the
hmm
main character anymore." Actually, he wasn't
I
even the
don't think
main
he ever
character in his
was.
own.
Yeah.
Yeah, you.
hmm
Oh my god.
Yeah. Anyway, so Justin Guarini was here, and I mean, if you're just listening to the podcast, you would think he was like a total lunatic. Like, no, he had a couple of he asked one of the stews to iron 8 shirts, and then also he was complaining about some of like the I don't know what that thing was called that they were like
The sea bobs, right?
C-Bob, that's what they call it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steve
And he was a
Stevie was a
little
jet ski.
complainy about that, like, oh, that's like this is like you guys didn't rinse it off from last time.
Oh my god. It's embarrassing, all right? Because it's so much work. And here's the thing. I think if you're a below deck fan, and the chat can tell me, but if you're a below deck fan, you should actually have a things that you shouldn't do. One, don't do a beach picnic, right? It's horrible. They hate it. The stew hates not the stew. The crew hates it. Don't do it.
Well,
The
in
slide.
fairness to the women that were on the boat last week, what else was there to do?
No,
There
no,
was
they
nothing
were
else. They had no
fine.
other
Yeah.
options.
Listen, vibes only for them, okay?
hmm
Then don't do the slide. You haven't been introduced to the slide yet, because I don't believe the sailing yacht has it, Rob. But it's like a 4-story long slide that
Oh
they
my god.
inflate, that they have to carry, and then they have to inflate, and it goes on the side of the yacht, and then people slide down it. Be fun, but it's maybe an hour's worth of fun and like 5 hours worth of like setup and breakdown.
A lot of setup.
So, you have to have some etiquette. And I will never ask them to like put my clothes away. The weirdest thing is when they have to put like people's intimates away, and that's like
Ooh.
a moment. Yeah, they're like, "Can you put all of this away?" And then they'll the crew is also a little cuckoo. So they'll be like, "Whoa, this is expensive underwear." It's like no one needs to see this. Bravo. What are you
hmm
doing? But here
Wow.
we are.
Um. So Maximus Mom is here in the chat. Says, "Don't wear political swimsuits." LOL. That lady was crazy. Somebody wear a political swimsuit?
So, Erica Rose from Bachelor, from I think it was Erica Rose's people. Yeah. Bachelor, I'm cut off, Bachelor pad, right? Like all of this. She was a reality show star, and she had a MAGA people on. So they were all kind of having like a MAGA themed party, and they had a Make America Great Again bathing suit on, and bless their hearts.
Yeah, didn't even know that that was a bathing suit. You wouldn't think that like that would be a big seller, but I guess
Wait,
so.
one thing Americans love is putting the American flag on things that it doesn't belong, and this
Yeah.
is 100% those people. And
hmm
Erica Rose does come back and give a $2,000 tip. I
Oh,
think her and her douchebag husband, like
that's
mega
low.
2,000 like not
Yeah,
per
that's
person.
low. Yeah, right,
Yeah.
right.
We're dealing with 15K to 20K to 30K, and they gave
Yeah.
2,000, I
So
think.
in a vacuum, you hear $2,000 tip. You don't like have context. Like, okay, that sounds
You
pretty good.
okay,
But yeah,
you're right.
like yeah.
No, listen,
But
we are
on this show,
wealthy. Yes.
yes, yes. Okay. Justin Guarini, no make American Idol great again t-shirts or anything like that. Fortunately.
No, thank God. Okay.
hmm
I think American Idol has been dealing with a lot of drama too with Katy Perry, so
hmm
let
Always drama on American Idol.
correct.
Um, so All right. In this episode, we had a lot of people dealing with hangovers from the last episode, the wild bender after the first. But people got like seriously hurt. Lucy, Sasha, like that she had like needed to go to the hospital, I think.
Okay, when they showed us her back, no, absolutely not.
She looked like that in the middle of the night, like somebody came in and stole one of her organs. Like, what the hell was
Not
that?
Squid Game.
Yeah.
No, but actually, because I've never, okay, for everyone that wasn't watching, so Homegirl has said that she's unlucky Lucy. So she's very clumsy. That's a known thing. Great. We love it for her. But she is drunk and they have to go on the top bunk. Top bunk is vibes only. That is no like baby gate or anything. All right. So she just rolls off the top bunk like a rotisserie chicken and just and just like eats mess like on the ground. And I know I shouldn't laugh, Rob, but I've never seen it this
You can
bad.
laugh. Like, she didn't die.
Yeah, correct. Okay, but did you die? No.
Yeah, that's the line.
And I couldn't. And she's just like she's on the floor. Like it looked so
everybody
bad.
had to come running because of that. I'm gonna see if I can like get a screenshot of
Oh my god.
of this back injury because this is crazy.
As our friend Chase called it, looks like a maxi pad. Like why?
Well, yeah, once they put the bandage on her, but when they looked at like what was wrong with her, it looked like she had like two like huge like lacerations like down her back.
And how did she not have a concussion?
I don't know. I don't know like what this was very very dangerous.
Yeah, and imagine your boss, right, who's equally as drunk as you, has in a bathing suit in the hot tub, has hooked up with someone else, your coworker, and now she's
what kind
already.
of workplace is this?
Listen, it's the best workplace apparently for single people.
I guess so. It's a real free for all.
It will literally be a free for all now that Gary's back.
Oh yeah, here.
Oh,
Here,
God.
hold on. Let me see if I can. Here, I found the
trigger warning.
I found the moment here. But no, it's the like I guess I don't know, like parental content warning because this is like kind of it's pretty gnarly of this moment in the episode. Here, let me see. Everybody's like they're looking at her back and let's see, and I hyped it up too much and now I can't get I hear so yeah, this is a lot, Sasha. That should they have a medic on the boat?
No, they have one. And we we had this horrible chef on Below Deck Med that fell down the stairs and said that he broke his foot or some version of that, okay, foot injury, and basically for that reason Rob couldn't cook and just like ran off the boat.
Mm-hmm.
And then he did come back because he said it was just anxiety and he's back again. But the point is we have seen many an injury and this is nothing new, unfortunately.
Yeah. I don't even understand like how this happened to her, where she fell out of the bed. I don't know, like what she fell on.
I don't know because it ripped off her skin, like her top layer of skin. It feels like, and it very much felt like someone waxed her back. Like I don't know how else to say it. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, what is going on here? What is that?
It literally looks like
was this like a scrape?
Yeah, but and a scratch and a scrape. Like this in the middle is like almost a burn, and then the scrape on the side. So it must be something on the boat that did this.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah,
and they put like a bandage on her, but really, this is like an open wound. Like, could you get medevaced from below deck?
Not for this, that's for sure. They're not
Yeah.
gonna be down a stew for this. Tell you that for free.
Sasha, I can't tell you how many survivors I've seen have to leave the game because of an injury that is not nearly as gruesome as this.
Listen, women are strong. Look at us.
I
No,
guess
okay,
so.
please. I do believe it's ridiculous, but at the end of the day, I think the producers probably were like, this is fine. Like our if you don't need to bring an outside doctor and probably someone on the boat can fix it, let's just move on.
Yeah, they just put like a big bandage on it.
Yeah, they do not care. They absolutely do not care.
Mhm.
And I don't know that I would ever be caught dead sleeping in that top bunk. I would roll off.
Yeah, the top bunk was tricky. And then that was Lucy that fell out of the bed. Was that
Yes,
also Lucy that was throwing up, or was that Matt's?
correct. Nope, ass shot was Lucy.
Yeah.
This is a problem I have with below deck in general, is that like I feel that because you have access to their bunks, they really show the deck crew and not deck crew, sorry, the crew in such horrible
Right.
like stages of their life. Like Colin was like scratching his butt. Like I don't need to
We
see
saw
that.
butt scratch. We saw Daisy topless and blurred. Like,
Correct. Like they just like
is
no
this
F's given.
is this a feature of the show and not a bug,
Yes.
Sasha? Yes.
No, this is one thing. Like, what is the creepo that's like has to go through this footage and is just giving us this B-roll? What is the reason?
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
I don't want it, and it's like they constantly do this to us. And I'm telling you, I'm assuming we're gonna get sex on the boat. So when bigger
This
drink than
boat's a
sex.
rockin'.
Yeah, literally many ways. So when we get that is their true horrible mess. And sorry to that person or that pervert that has to go through all of this and edit it for us. Is too much.
I mean, if it's a pervert who's doing it, don't you have to say sorry? They're probably happy.
Yeah, they're like, thank God, this is my job.
Yeah.
Oh, deck, not oh my God, I keep calling it deck, but the crew cabins, it's me. I'll do the cutting.
Mm-hmm.
Weirdo. Don't stop it. Okay, below deck, cut that.
Mm-hmm. All right. One of the big stories this week, the king is back. Okay, Gary shows up. Everybody's all hungover, and he's like, "Oh, it must have been a wild party." And he's like getting the details about what goes on. He found out about all of the making out that went on the night that he wasn't there.
He is so salty. Like I can't. Okay. And here's the thing, I don't know if he's hamming it up for the cameras or if he's actually salty because we do know that Gary and Daisy before the charter had a moment and then the moment was gone. Which is fine, whatever. And then on Watch What Happens Live, Rob, this week, he did say that he was a 13 out of 10 jealous that this happened.
Oh yeah. Well, look, that's what happens when you're on COVID leave. You missed the
Listen.
good parties.
And that's the thing, he would have been number 1 hooking up with every single person he can
Sure.
or that would allow it. So I can't.
Yeah.
I don't know. I hate it.
So he also was like, we got to hear about like, some kissing and telling going on where Chase talked about, well, I kissed, he kissed Mads, and he was talking about that.
Mhm.
But Alex, he kissed everybody. And then he told the audacity to say that Daisy is the best kisser. He's like, oh, Daisy. Oh, it took me a long time to get Daisy to kiss me.
I can't. I'm telling you, it's so funny because he's like, it took me 2 years to get Daisy to kiss me, and Alex got it in a few hours. Shut up, Gary. Okay, because you look like the Wish version of Alex sometimes.
Oh my God.
Listen, please. Okay, I like it, Gary. I think he's fun. I think I'd be his friend, but know your place. Look at Alex.
Mm-hmm. How about when Lucy, we talked about her injury. Lucy called up her dad to talk to her dad. And I kind of thought her dad was going to be a little bit more upset about this, but he was like, could you have a drink of water once in a while?
No, okay, but can we talk about this? Okay, so when she's hungover, this is according to Lucy, okay, not us. She says she has anxiety.
Yes.
okay. And then her dad helps her through that, which
Hangxiety.
ooh. Dude, does that happen to you? I don't think I've ever had a hangover.
You've never had a hangover?
No, I don't think I don't believe I have.
Yeah, I get a lot of hangovers.
Yeah. I
Honestly,
mean,
it's one of the
granted,
biggest reasons I don't drink more. I feel so like, and this was not always the case, but I guess the less I do it, the worse the hangovers get, and the less I want to do it. I mean, back in the day, like I'm sure I was probably fine, but nowadays, it doesn't take much to like I'm shot the whole next day.
yeah, like, there's a version of tiredness, but that comes from, like, if I leave my house, like, I never wanna like, I don't wanna leave in 3 days, but I've
Mhm.
never had, like, a hangover. Like, I've gone to board meetings the next morning after, like, partying
What a
all
flex!
night.
I've never had a hangover
Yeah, but
ever.
I also don't, I know when to stop drinking. I think that's why, because 'cause I'll be like, "This is so embarrassing," but I have a tell. I'll just say that because I can't tell my tell. It's weird. But when I have that tell, I'm like, girl, it's time. We stop. We don't drink no more.
You have a tell that you can tell when you have had enough.
Yes.
Okay.
Like, okay, I can say it's so stupid, but yeah, when I, like, start touching my teeth to be like, "Are my teeth here? Am I good?" That's when I have to be like, "Sasha, it's time.
Yes, and that's
Leave the
yeah.
drink.
Okay.
Here I am." God.
And okay, so maybe I should do that. Maybe I should just like that's sort of like if you, like one of those things where it's like, how do you tell if you're in a dream? Like, oh, can I feel my teeth?
I have no idea, but it's like a thing. I don't know. It's just I have to be like, yeah. Oh, okay. If I start asking people that, I'm like, Sasha, that's your tell. You gotta cut it off. Be done with it. So I don't know. My point is that poor Lucy was in hell, but her dad's a champ.
Hmm.
'Cause her dad said, "No, it's fine, buck up, buttercup, like, you're all good." 'Cause
Yeah.
instead, I thought she was doing a "I'm gonna quit" the season.
Oh, does that happen?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
Oh my
We do have
god.
folks that leave for mental health reasons. I mean, many reasons, right? We have, like, firings, we have quits, so we have, medical maybe some medical issues. I don't remember one, but I'm sure we've had one.
Hmm. Yeah. All right. Well, keep an eye on that. That wasn't even on my radar.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, since we're talking about it, and maybe we can get to it later, but, are we getting a Chase quit or a Chase firing?
All right, well, that was another big storyline on the
Yes.
show. Chase versus Gary. I did mark it in my notes. Gary
Mhm.
calls Chase Mr. Know-It-All at about 29 minutes into the episode.
Coming for your throne.
Yeah, what's the problem with Mr. Know-It-All?
Yeah, apparently they don't win, that's the problem.
Yeah, I
But
guess so. But so this was a big setup where Chase and Alex, there was no Gary on the boat for the first the first charter that they did. And I guess that these two new deckhands, they sort of like felt like, okay, this is how we do things on the Parsifal. And turns out Gary's like, no, not on my boat.
Gary okay, here's the thing. I think Gary's doing the most, and I'm not even a Chase fan, but I think that there needs to be some a leeway given for how hard, right, Alex and Chase have worked, and Colin, right? Ugh, voice of reason, chef's kiss with how he handles everything. But he's like, "Hey, Gary, why don't we take a minute to understand that these guys have had a rhythm, and here you come and say my way or the highway. All of y'all better STFU or you're out," right? Like, I didn't appreciate how abrasive Gary was. Like, I don't know why he was doing
Mhm.
all this.
I don't know. And it wasn't even like that Chase was the one that kissed Daisy. So I don't know. Something about Chase is really just rubbing Gary the wrong way.
Yeah, and Chase is very much like that Southern can-do attitude, and listen, this guy is South African, I run this boat, this is my boat. It does not work. So I understand it, but I don't appreciate it. Like the jacuzzi thing, Rob, are they for real?
What
Because
part of it? What part of the jacuzzi?
when Gary when Chase, says, "Hey, I'm gonna leave dinner early to go check the temperature of the hot tub," and then Gary and he's like, "I set it up. It's all good." Gary shows up and he's like, "It's cold," right, in his best Gordon Ramsay voice, and he's like, "It's cold. What are you doing? Can't get this right."
Yes. Okay. Well, I was wondering, like, did they screw up the hot tub when they had the big party in there? Because then Glenn is like, "Look at this! Look at this! The pole is all smudged. Like, you didn't clean the pole." And then
It
like,
could be
I was like,
anything.
"Did they break the hot tub when it's not turning on?"
No, no. I think it's just because they said that it was,
You gotta
pushing
preheat
in.
the hot tub
Yeah, they were putting
before.
in cold water. So I think that I wonder if, it has to be like an optimal temperature before the guests get there. So it's almost I thought you just turn it on,
I
but
thought you turn it on.
m
Yeah.
must be a big deal on
I
both.
mean, every hot tub that I've ever seen that it's like there's just water in it and then it gets hot. They don't change the water in the hot tub.
So because I think they drain it every
Is
time.
it seawater or do they just like get water
No, no,
from?
it's like water. Like, I mean, distill or whatever, not salt water, because I think salt water would corrode the pipes, so we cannot have salt water.
Hmm.
So I think it's like, yeah, like whatever, regular chlorinated water, but because of what we have seen go down in said hot tub,
Yeah.
I believe that they completely drain it, clean it, and then refill it. So that
Hmm.
maybe causes something. If you're an engineer, LMK, okay? We are
Yeah.
obviously not that.
Sure. Sure. So yeah, we'll see what happens with it. I mean, it doesn't seem like that Chase is going to win the battle versus Gary.
No. Okay, and that's the thing. That's what I wish Chase would understand that like him I don't think he's wrong in pushing back, but if your boss, right, is not having it, you just got to take the L and move on because you pushing
Hmm.
back is just going to make you more squeaky and it doesn't work cuz then they're going to have hyper spotlight on you.
Okay. The chat is very interactive here on these Below Deck
Yes.
podcasts. Amber Lynn is saying to us that new water takes around 4 hours to be the perfect temperature. Uh-oh, Justin Guarini is not going to like this.
But they all went to bed. It didn't even matter. But I get it's a super yacht.
You
The
never
point is,
know. You
yeah,
never
you
know.
have to have it ready. Thanks,
And then
Amberlyn. I didn't know
we
that.
also have somebody in the chat who says, Sasha and Rob, I messaged Captain Glenn. He did get back to me. He said he would check out your podcast. I sent him the links. Shout out to Captain Glenn.
Yeah, we love you, Captain Glenn. They did respond to our first episode on 106, and I said, yeah, please. Listen, maybe we can get Captain Glenn on the pod.
Oh, that would be good because I want to know what was going on with when Alex went to bed. Captain Glenn is sleeping, minding his own business, and Alex like had like a water bottle, and he was like putting it on his head, and I'm like, is he effing with Captain Glenn, or does he so drunk that he thinks that that's like a nightstand?
So that okay, I will not lie that I watched that part at least 4 times
Yeah.
because it was so funny. Okay, like Captain Glenn is so small, Alex is so tall. He's on top, he's at the bottom, and then all of a sudden he's just like putting it on his ear. And Captain Glenn's like, "What is this?
What
What's
are you doing? Why are you being like this?
Oh my god, I don't it's so stupid, but I and then the fact that I think they were giving the subtitles of Alex just mumbling, I couldn't
Hmm.
breathe. I couldn't breathe.
Yeah. Okay. Here, let me. I have the visual up, and let me share this, and you could see what's going on here. Okay. So Alex is up in the top bunk, and then he has his water bottle, and here's Captain Glenn sleeping, minding his own business, and Alex is like putting it on him, and Captain Glenn's like, "What? Why are you doing this?" He puts it on his head.
He puts it on his ear, like, it's so funny.
He like puts it up right in his face. I don't understand. And he says later on in the episode that he says like, "Oh, I was trying to give the captain water." Like, well, he was sleeping. He's not thirsty.
Alex, you are thirsty, not Captain Glenn. Understand the difference.
I thought he was like a nightstand.
I agree with you. I believe that it was a nightstand confusion moment. It was not the like, I'm trying to help him out. You
Yeah,
stop it.
Rusty
Stop.
said that the cap was off too. He got his
Yes.
entire bunk wet because we see him later on because he has to work the night shift and he's going to sleep. He's like, "Oh, this is all still all wet."
So I thought he peed. So I'm glad it wasn't that.
Yeah. Also, was he wearing glasses? Did he wear glasses to bed? Is he wearing sunglasses?
I think when you're drunk, it's just vibes only. Listen, he got up to bed.
Right?
That is all that matters.
Like Sasha, he is wearing he's wearing sunglasses, and it's dark in there. It's not like, oh, I'm wearing my my sleep mask.
Wait, you don't know those jerks that wear glasses to the club? That's what Alex reminds me of.
Sure, but you shouldn't go to sleep with glasses on.
You have to see your dreams. Just kidding. Okay.
I guess so.
That's a horrible joke my grandpa used to put on me. Anyway, because I'm blind. But listen, the point is that I can't believe he used Captain Glenn. And why would Captain Glenn not push the owner to give him his own room? This is too much.
Maybe they feel like this is good drama.
Well, no other captain has it, just this one. And I'm telling you, every single person in Captain Glenn's room is cursed. And they're always horrible.
Yeah, he gets the worst roommate every time.
Worst to worst. Okay, there was a baby, a below deck baby, and
he had to share a room with a baby.
No, well, the man that was part of that making that happen, 6'2", in that small bunk with not getting any sleep. Jean-Luc had to do that, and horrible. He denies the baby, said it wasn't his, and we were like, we all saw you have sex on TV, but sure.
Wait, so they brought a baby and he said it wasn't his?
They had sex and they hooked up. They were like in a relationship, this guy and the stew, deckhand and the stew, and a baby was conceived on below deck. And then later on, Jean-Luc said that isn't my baby when Danny got pregnant. But we were like, my guy, come on. Yeah. And Kelly Kate says this, but also in Watch What Happens Live, Andy has pushed Captain to say, yo, Glenn, when you get in your own room, this is like embarrassing. And he said, no, it's happening. I have been talking with the owner. So it's not done yet, is the point.
Okay. We had some stuff about fixing the boat. Colin is able to, like, the work that he did last time. Now with the help of Gary, everything is up and running. So that's good. We also had Charter 2 gets up. There was like a lot of like frantic work. Alicia is like, that they want to have dinner with all of us. Now I have to make enough food for everybody.
14 people is too much for like a 5-star meal. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, but can Alicia like say to the crew, like, hey, do me a solid. I'll make you something later. Don't eat that much at the buffet.
Yeah, I agree. Well, when the plates were coming out, it never felt like that much anyway. So unless they were doing the whole, like, we're going to plate a little, once that's, gone, we'll bring more kind of moment, because I have seen that before. But I just hope she's like, I'll get you food later. Like, you have pasta later, don't worry, but don't eat this.
What does the crew normally eat, Sasha?
The chef does have to make them food too. So if it's a good chef, they get good food. Like all different kinds of stuff. It's a bad chef, like Below Deck Med, that same horrible one. He would make them he would make Captain Sandy order them pizza.
So order them pizza? Like go back to the dock and order pizza?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that and it would come on the tender. Like the little tender used to come with the food because he was incompetent and useless.
Yeah. So there was some drama about that, but Colin helped out in the kitchen, and so that all worked out. They were doing this charter. They wanted to do a bourbon tasting, which I feel like we didn't really get to see a lot of.
Yeah, we'll see it next time.
That's next time. Okay.
Yeah, that's night 2. We just saw night 1. But yeah, so I hope that they get a little wasted. I'm ready for mess.
Yeah. So yeah, they've been pretty tame, other than Justin Guarini wanting his shirts ironed.
Yeah, which again, it is normal. We know. It's just still a ridiculous request because you're on for 2.5 days. Okay, stop it.
It's a lot of shirts.
Get over yourself.
Yeah. Was there anything else that was from this episode that you wanted to highlight?
The Chase versus Gary. So, Captain Glenn does believe that Gary was in the right with constantly yelling at Glenn, even in front of Justin. Like, apparently that was fine. I would not want someone yelling at my crew in front of guests. That's not how this
Mhm.
works. So I personally didn't like that, but I see you, Captain Glenn. You and
Yeah,
Gary are
I don't know
besties.
if, like, the laws of the sea are different than the laws of, like, being in a company on the land.
But I'm saying is I don't believe there's HR in any sailing because
No.
boy, they be moving all kinds of
Oh,
ways.
so many violations.
It's a walking violation. I mean, even Colin, his work, chef's kiss, amazing, but he literally turned off a safety thing to make this happen.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's, you got, like, that there are a bunch of pencil pushers that are, making these safety laws. They don't know what it's like to be out on the sea.
Oh god, I can't.
Mhm.
I actually cannot. Oof. But yes, I think that is it. And we did get like toilet paper stocking, which we know was a big deal
Yes.
last time.
That was a big deal last time, that, not
Yeah,
enough toilet paper.
no,
Um,
but that's it. Yeah, that's all we have.
okay, and then next time we'll see the rest of, this, second charter. Somebody's going to, injure themselves jumping off the boat, looks like.
Yes, a face plant into a damp sea. Oh
Yes,
my
I think
god.
that the woman in the preview said that she hurt her right boob. So that's another injury next week. And also looks like that maybe they're gonna hit like a some rocky weather.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. Oh, that's what I wanted to ask. How did you feel about the healing that was happening where the boat like starts sailing
Oh,
and
I
goes
wouldn't have
on its
liked that.
side?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Would
It would that's like brings us some drama, right? Where everything is falling
yeah.
everywhere. And it's so painful to watch because you're just like, how are there not better systems to hunker everything down? I don't understand.
You would think so, but I guess maybe it doesn't happen that much, but maybe you're saying it does.
No, no, it happens every charter. And every charter, the chef has to like hold 7 things down. The stews are hold like with their legs and their arms, like they have to become octopi and like try to hold it down. So I don't know. I just think it must be production being like, hey, like don't secure this. We need the drama.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
people are getting hurt. People are gonna get smacked in the face. All of it. But it's fun to watch.
Mhm. All right. Sasha, I know you've been doing some research about some of the other
Yes.
things that are going on in the Below Deck universe.
Yeah, and thank you, to the listeners that are sending, me all the tea because I can't
Yes, keep
possibly
it
know
coming.
everything. Yeah. So, thank you to at 3era. I'm sorry if I butchered your Twitter name. But anyway, they sent me a post, and thank you for copy pasting this because it is now deleted, Rob. But this is
Okay.
on Reddit. Okay. This was written by the boyfriend. Okay. Uh allegedly of with Stephanie, the main charter guest from episode 1 and 2. Okay.
Mhm.
So he said, "Hey gang, my name is Thomas. My girlfriend Stephanie was the primary on the charter. They aren't allowed to talk about it, but I can since I'm not in contract with Bravo."
Right.
Is
No
is that
NDA.
is that kosher? I don't know.
I
Okay.
don't think so, but
Yeah. So anyway, allegedly, okay, people in Reddit were saying that they think this was Stephanie writing it. So take that with a grain of salt. Anyway,
yeah, if the person doesn't exist, you can't sue them.
yeah, that's true. Oh my god. So yes. So they said that those girls were in Italy for 10 days. Some left immediately after blah blah blah, and that's the reason why they had so many clothes is cuz they stayed for a longer time. Who cares? Like no one was complaining about the heavy bags, but you see what the tone of this
Right, right.
post is going to be. I feel like they're overcompensating is my
Like Karen from last week.
correct. So then they said the morning after, the first day on the boat, after learning that the boat wasn't leaving the dock, Bravo aired Stephanie's statement stating, "Can we just leave? Can we just leave? Turns out they were all under contract and they have to stay no matter what. And the consequences were explained, like if they left, you basically don't get your money back, blah blah blah. And it seems like the charters was super cheap because quote unquote some Dubai douchebags canceled at the last minute. So were we gonna have like Dubai princes on the first episode?
Oh, they really wouldn't have liked it if the boat couldn't sail.
I think for
They
everyone's
dodged a
sake,
bullet. They caught
we
a
are good.
break.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then at no point did any of the girls ever hear or see any third party on the boat trying to fix the engine.
Hmm.
I mean, okay. You were really drunk. Can you remember if there were
Mhm.
other people? And the point is like you're not supposed to see, right? Like the behind the scenes. Like they want to give
Right.
you the best experience. And they did say that they did not see Colin very often. He's the engineer. It makes sense. So they do believe he could have been working, but they don't know for sure. Again, why is this person being so shady?
Yeah. If you
And
don't
this
know for sure, why are you saying anything?
Thank you. And then this is like actually good. Captain Glenn took all the girls on a private yacht, on his private yacht, due to the being Parsa fail. And there was a Bravo camera and sound guy that went on board, but Bravo didn't show the footage. Weird. My girlfriend has numerous pictures on his yacht. She tried to get his Parsival hat, but he said it was a contract violation. Blah blah. Who cares?
Right.
The boat, the
Now
pics
we
on the
care about
boat
the contract. Right.
apparently. The pics on the boat are sweet. They love the guy, and he genuinely cared to fix the situation and took them on his personal yacht. How much money does Glenn have to have a personal yacht?
You know Glenn had a personal yacht.
That's what I'm saying. Hey, Glenn's friend, please let us know. 106, please. I need to know this. Okay. Then obviously we already knew this, but the blood was not menstrual blood. One of the girls stubbed their toe. She was intoxicated. And the crew assisted it with her issue. So why that was not shut up. Okay, Stephanie.
Okay.
Please. The girls loved the crew. They were a bit confused why the stews, whose job it is to clean rooms, had an issue with cleaning the rooms. They clean the rooms. They're not a dumpster, like people that can literally just like shovel dump like your horrible mess.
Yeah.
Okay, get it together, Stephanie's
Right.
boyfriend. No.
Yeah.
Stop. Okay, then it's saying the girls, the words those girls stated, like the bad words, about their experience was coerced by Bravo. And they sat them down and requested that they say how unhappy they were about the experience. That's why you see conflicting statements on the show. I don't know if that's true, but you do you, boo. And it says that Stephanie did barge into their control center of this like 70 plus screens of the production, and they didn't like that at all. So it seems like that's why they were burying them. I think that they were just that drunk and they don't remember anything.
Yeah. Where's the control center? Is that on the boat? There's
Yeah. And some of the rooms are being taken by production. That's why we don't see, like, there is actually more space on the boat.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
yeah, and it looks like they also had a big Bluetooth speaker and blasted music until 5 a.m. And they raided the bar and stole bottles of liquor.
Who's saying this? Stephanie's boyfriend is saying this?
Yes.
Is she about ratting out the crew, or that Stephanie's
No,
friends
that's
did this?
Stephanie and Cody.
What is this, like a self-report of we were like blasting music until 5 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, horrible. Okay.
Mhm.
And then food was amazing, portions minimal. We saw that. They were hungry all the time, which is probably why they were so drunk, is because they were not eating as much. And one of the guests told me last week, so not Stephanie, but someone else, that she asked for a large bag of Cheetos as like in her preference sheet, but Bravo said it's not possible.
Wait, you get like an HOH basket?
Yeah, well, you can have like anything,
Mhm.
like you on your preference, and usually they have to get it for you. But I guess since they couldn't clear Cheetos from it, that's
Mhm.
why.
Yeah.
Again, allegedly. Okay,
Yeah.
and they were begging for grilled cheese sandwiches, but that didn't happen.
Yeah, well, that's reads that they're very drunk. Yeah, when I'm on TV, I want to be seen eating a large bag of Cheetos.
I would rather fall and jump off into the sea. Oh my
Okay.
god! Please.
Yeah. Has
Yeah.
Justin Guarini given any interviews about his time on the below deck sailing yacht?
No, not yet. But let them bury him next week. Then the think pieces will come out.
Yeah, let
Yeah,
me
and then
see.
he's
Does Justin
defending
Guarini have
Karen.
Instagram? Yeah.
Yeah. And then he defends Karen, which I was like, calm down. Okay. You don't need to defend her. And then it does say one of the girls in the charter stayed in the hotel room next to Gary, which I was like, is that safe?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Justin Guarini is verified on Instagram.
Oh,
He
okay.
is an entertainer and an audition anxiety coach.
Who do
So
you think he helped audition for Below Deck?
I
Right.
mean, maybe he had an audition, but he does not say in his on his Instagram page, catch me on below deck.
I think he has a little more class than Karen.
He
At
says, I
Below
sing and
Deck
dance
fan.
and help you laugh or make you laugh on Broadway and TV, and I help singers, actors, and dancers land big roles.
Okay, T, come through, Justin. You do
Mm-hmm.
you.
Yep.
And I get
So
people to iron my shirts.
yes. So if you're nervous in an audition, Justin Guarini can help you.
Yeah. Listen, let him know that you're interested.
Yeah. Okay.
I can't. What a guy. And then we do have which I don't really want to get into because it's all alleged, but folks are kind of
Okay.
keeping an eye on Daisy as seems like she's going through it. She's been posting a lot of sad stuff. So allegedly, folks are like, well, maybe Daisy and Colin were legit in a relationship and broke up because they haven't been seen together at all. So T.
Okay.
Yeah, and that
All right.
she's
Hope
sounding
Daisy is doing
defeated.
okay.
Yeah, and she is stepping back from Pita Party, which is their podcast about Below Deck. So that's unfortunate. And then we have one more very funny news. That again, if you're a Bravo universe fan, Gary on Watch What Happens Live, they were basically Rob dragging him for being loose. Okay.
Man whore.
Yes, a himbo all the time. Okay, they were just going in on him, and turns out our boy showed up to BravoCon and hooked up with Kenya Moore's assistant.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and he just shared this for everyone to know.
Yes, he bragged.
Correct. And then he's already talking to someone from Southern Charm, and he said, I hope I get invited again to BravoCon so I can meet her and hook up with her.
Yeah, when is BravoCon? In the fall?
Yeah, I think it's coming up because someone in the chat was wondering if Captain Glenn was going to BravoCon, but no idea.
Should we go to BravoCon?
I think we should go to BravoCon.
Okay. Can we get interviews? What do you do at BravoCon?
That's what I'm saying. Can we get a press BravoCon thing?
Yeah, let's see. November 3rd to the 5th in Las Vegas.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe maybe do a Survivor live show also for
BravoCon.
Yes?
Come on.
Okay.
Let's make it happen.
All right. November, BravoCon.
You heard it here.
Yeah. Sasha, anything else about this week in Below Deck?
Not this week, but yeah, one last thing for maybe the chat cares about it too, but allegedly or maybe for real, chat, let me know that Captain Lee is being replaced by Captain Carey from Below Deck Adventure because Captain Lee is retiring. That's breaking news to me. So apparently happened in February, according to Us Weekly, but I'm not necessarily that happy about Captain Carey taking over. I feel like the Below Deck Down Under, Justin, certified hottie, should take over. But Carrie and that crew was fascinating. I'll just leave it at that. No shade, Carrie.
Yeah.
Please.
All right. I'm looking at the pictures of these guys. So there's Captain Carrie.
Yes.
Carrie or Kerry?
I think Carrie.
Carrie. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He just let the crew move too reckless and I felt like wasn't assertive enough.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, some changing of the guard over on Below Deck proper.
Yes, Below Deck proper.
Okay. All right.
But yeah.
Well, Sasha, what's the best way for people to let us know about anything that's going on?
Yeah, just let me know at funsize_04, or if you're a patron of Rob Has a Podcast, just like maybe we post in the Facebook group
That's
as
a good idea.
well.
Great idea.
Yeah.
Okay. Keep a weekly below deck Facebook post going if people want to message us about anything. And then Sasha, I know it was a big week for Mess Magnets that we got the 1 year anniversary special.
Yes, it's so exciting. We went back through all of our really fun and ridiculous stories and have a like a nominations episode. And tomorrow, all of the nominees will be posted on Twitter for all of you to vote. So, Rob, for you, I think you have to maybe take part in the best sports mess, because we do
Yes.
have that as a category. Yeah.
Okay. All
So
right.
we have NBA is one category.
Wow. Okay.
Listen,
All right.
yeah.
So this is the nominations are up.
Yes, yes, and we'll just do the,
It's award season still.
yeah, we'll just do the answers, next one, or all the winners, and then we'll get back to our regular
Yes.
programming.
Okay. Shout out to Rusty in the chat. Says thank you for covering below deck, Rob and Sasha. This was fun with everyone. Okay. All right. Well, we'll keep going. We'll be back next week to talk about more below deck sailing yacht. Of course, you can subscribe to our All Things Bravo podcast feed at robswebsite.com/Bravo feed. Thank you so much for joining us. Enjoy Survivor tonight. Take care. Have a good one. Bye.